I'm Rick Schneider, you're watching Schneider Classics, and today, well, as you can see, we got the 84 here. That you're not supposed to see that. That's part of another video. Don't worry about it. It's not orange. Well, if you guys remember the original block to the 84, if you're new around here, we have tons of projects. There's an 86, there's a 72, there's don't see that. Don't see what's on the trailer there yet. We're not doing those videos yet. There's the 67. This is the crank out of the original motor. You can see where it spun. Where's the bad spot? I think that is the bad spot. That bearing spun. That bearing was starting to spin. I thought there was a, oh yeah, right there. So that the original motor from this 84 spun a couple bearings. So we've been working on this motor. That's a whole separate video of us tinkering with the you don't see that. But today I'm gonna be telling you all this. That truck that we stripped down, the chop shop video, that's what this is from. This is a decent rocker panel. It was just glued in. That's perfect. As you can see how much this one we need. Works perfect right there. The other side's already done. You can see nice and metal. Is it perfect? No, because this truck's been bastardized before. This rocker is not perfect either. You can tell there's some Bondo here. You can hear it. Here, that's a lot more solid versus that a lot more hollow. There's some Bondo right there. But there is metal underneath it. I made sure because we rebuilt the whole inner rocker here, and I put a new floor patch in it. I know I should have been filming. I should have been filming doing this cab corner and filming doing the repairs on the rocker and doing all this. But I'm going to film it on the other side because I'm going to show you guys something. For the reason why I had to do the other cab corner is because there's part of the factory cab corner. Look how much Bondo's on there. And not only that, look, that's not a patch repair. That's a booger welded panel that's just put there and glued in. I mean, whatever gets you home, it's great and all that, but as much as I'm not a bodyman, I'm a mechanic. Hence why motor looks 1,000 times better. I'm a mechanic. I'm a parts changer. Just because I can rebuild stuff and make stuff look a hell of a lot better than what it was. Don't do this. As you can see, I started hammering this apart, and that's why I see this is what is underneath all of this. Is that just nastiness. So as you just look at how much Bondo that is. I have my work cut out for me. I thought this truck had brand new rockers on it because that's kind of what was sold to me, and that had cab corners on it and stuff like that. Nope. This is what I've gotten myself into. Yeah, I can say this is a buyer beware. There's nothing wrong with doing patches and getting a truck going, but this is just like, I have a panel coming tomorrow. Here's a shout out. I actually am not using the panel. I phoned Walker Auto Reg to get a panel. If you guys are in the Manitoba Winnipeg area, and even if you're not, if you can get a ship from Reg or anything like that, Reg in Manitoba is awesome for parts or anything like that. He got us all the cross braces for other stuff. Like, I can show you some of the quality because I have some panels left over from other stuff. Like, solid piece, awesome. These are called King corner pans. Brand new gas tank straps. Brand new door pins. Shout out to Walker Auto. I buy a lot of my parts from Reg. Now, I tried phoning him today to get a rocker panel in. I didn't have time to get down there before he closed to go and grab it. So luckily I phoned a buddy, and my buddy has one. He has one from a truck, because we keep pulling parts from trucks to kind of fix, because this truck's kind of low. There's nothing wrong with, like, this cab corner is off of another truck. This is a repo panel that somebody didn't put on properly. They glued it on, as you see, so I gotta clean this up fully. But that's what we put on the other side, because as much as I love those King panels, I'd rather save them actually for a truck that might need them. So this rocker panel, and you know what, there's no problem with hand making your own panels. Like this piece right here, you can see where the holes are. I got my spot welds in the wrong spot. They needed to be here. I drilled there, but whatever, doesn't really matter. It's on the edge, it's where the lip is. This panel I made right here, but as you can see, there's not a ton of Bondo on here. It knocks, it's all metal. You can see a little bit of Bondo from the where the weld is and stuff like that, but it's still somewhat flush. I just didn't sand it all the way flush yet. I don't think I'm going to, because it's kind of the look I'm going for the truck. There's no problem with welding in panels, and like I said, we're using cab corners from other trucks to put in stuff and like that. One, because I'm on a deadline. I try and work as quick as I possibly can and stuff like that. As you can see, here's my work. I rebuilt all of this inner structure. I rebuilt all of it. There's no problem in doing some welds, and see, even though like there's a little bit of pitting and stuff like that, I'm not a body man, so there's a little bit of pitting that I put a little bit of Bondo on, because that'll make it look a little more nice and flush, but solid metal. All this solid metal. I don't remember if I did film it or anything when I did this. This was all Bondo on this truck. Same with this. This has not been Bondoized. This is all metal. There's no Bondo. This is Bondo. You can see here all the waviness and how much Bondo is on this. This is all wavy and everything like that. This is Bondo, and see how it sounds different when you hit it. Be wary of this. This was all Bondoized because there was no metal here, so I rebuilt all of this structure to put some metal in it. I'm not really going to Bondo any of this or anything, because I think it kind of gives a little bit of character to the truck, because this truck is kind of, it's like, I'm not Bondoing this at all. I'm going to leave this the way it is, so you can kind of see the story of it. Because this truck needs a box sight, because you can see here, the previous owner, he just took some sheet metal, bent it over, and smeared Bondo all over it. I put in these new braces. These braces are brand new. They're put in to make this thing solid. So again, I say buyer beware, because look at how much Bondo is on this. This side just needs a wheel arch, because you can see actually it's in pretty decent shape. This side literally just needs a wheel arch. The other side needs a whole box side. You can see here too with how much Bondo is on this lid. It needs a new door lid. I mean, like for a box, whatever. For a box, if you're doing this for a box and you're just laying a bunch of Bondo and stuff to make it look a little more pretty, I have nothing against that. Go for it. But you know, when it comes to structural stuff and rockers and panels and stuff like that, do a little bit better of a job. Like I said, the little bit of pinholing, I get it, it happens. I'm not the best welder in the world. I'm not a bodyman, I really ain't. I'm just a guy in his garage making this stuff look a little bit better. But doing this is not safe. I'm a mechanic, I do have to do safeties here where I live, and I do stuff, and when I see stuff like this, I go, it can't, like, that's not safe. You're gonna be driving down the road, it's gonna fall apart in a couple of years, if you're lucky, a couple of years. It's just not safe. Versus if you fill it full of metal, like actual metal that's properly welded in, there can be little pinholes in your welds. I'm not saying there can't be, because like even look, this is all solid metal, this is all ink, there's a little tiny bit of pinholing. You put some fiberglass on that and stuff like that, make it solid, very thin coat. It's just the thin coat's just to fill in the little pinholes, not to misshape it, like a little bit for shaping, a little bit. But when you're sticking on like inches of Bondo and everything like that, it starts to look horrendous. And these guys did attempt to do a good job on this truck, don't get me wrong. They spent way more on Bondo than they would have that rocker panel, because I may be able to get a rocker panel from Reg for under $100. But doing this, like how much Bondo there is, Bondo is so expensive here, I don't know why the hell you'd ever do that. And again, I'm not saying you have to go crazy and buy a full king pan panel and do a whole king pan panel. I'm not going to do that. They did put, you can see this is the panel that was on that cab corner there, all the Bondo there. They obviously did, this is their welds. Their welds didn't hold. All I did was get the hammer and the screwdriver, and I was able to rip this right off. I shouldn't be able to rip your panels right off with the welds. The welds should stick a little bit, but because this was actually a proper patch and everything like this, we are planning on using this as a truck for the future. You can see it's just starting to spot at the end here. Well, the bottom of this patch panel is still okay, so I will reuse this patch panel that came off of this truck on another truck, because I'm all about recycle, reuse, use what you got, spend a bit of money. Like this seat, the seat is just starting to break in the plastic here, so what do? You throw a Mexican blanket over it. I have no problem with that. These headers are from a different style truck. We're gonna make them work, and we're gonna probably extend the pipes a little bit. Get rid of this backhold. Are these nice and useful to have? Yes they are, because they stay closed with the spring, and they mechanically, what these little baffles in the exhaust do is they close off the exhaust to help heat the cylinders with exhaust gases. It's great, keeps the thing like that. But if they fail like this, or they're full and they're worn out or anything, now they just become a place where exhaust gases leak, and they're not so nice anymore. So for that reason, we're going to delete that and modify this a little bit. But I'm going to get all this done,